All right, feels weird to record during the day.
Yeah, it does.
On the weekend.
There's almost too much light in here. I almost see you too clearly right now.
That's clear skin.
Yep.
No, usually we record at night, but we've been busy, so weekend it is.
Well, you know what? What better time than 1:53 on a Saturday afternoon?
Yeah, like if we don't have anything else.
Because we have nothing else going on in our lives. So today we are talking about, and this is like a very hotly debated, divisive topic. Can men and women be nothing more than friends?
Right off the bat, if I ask you a question, you say yes or no?
Sure. Is that the question?
Yeah.
Can men and women just be friends?
Yeah, I don't.
No.
No. Okay, you just said sure, and then now you said no.
No.
Okay, no.
I was saying sure. I wasn't even. I didn't know if you were asking me a question or not. Okay. The answer is no.
For you, it's no.
For me, it's no.
Okay.
But there's I have to explain it. Okay. What about you?
My answer is no, but, and it's very weird, I've experienced friendship with girls. So I'm friends with them.
And I've experienced friendship with guys.
Yeah. So this is where I think we're going to go in details about it. And originally, it I know I have these conversations usually when I go on dates, first dates or whatever, it always comes out, and then one of my really close friends, he strictly believed no. Like, he's like, there's no way I can be friends with a girl because I know I will want to be intimate with her at some point. He's like, that's the only reason. He's like, I can't be friends with the opposite sex because as a man, I just, need to. Yeah.
Do you think it's the other way around, though? So do you think that women can be friends with men and nothing more without there being some sort of attraction or goal in mind?
I guess so, but I think basically, I personally, man, we're diving right into it. I think you can be friends, but it's a friendship that I call that a friendship by default.
Okay.
Which means you were friends. Let's say I'm friends with this girl, right? Because I have nothing else to offer her than friendship. But
what does that mean?
I think that okay, I'm gonna take you, right. Let's say you have a guy and you say he's your friend. He's like, oh, that's my friend. No, we're just friends. Okay, you, Jen, has set it up that you only want friendship with this man. We'll call him Paul. But Paul says, okay, we're friends. However, if one day you show some interest to go a little, to go further and that you're actually into the person, I guarantee you that Paul will be like, oh, yeah, absolutely.
So that's the Steve Harvey theory.
That is the Steve Harvey theory. And
so
I'm
Steve
sure
Harvey, just for anybody who doesn't know what he said, I mean, this was like during an interview or something like that, where he basically said 99.9% of men will not be friends with a woman without there being some kind of motivation for intimacy involved. Like, in other words, if they see a crack in the armor, then they're gonna try to make their way in.
Yeah, so it's friendship by default.
99% of the time.
I mean, that's his. I mean,
that's why he says.
He's not like a clinical psychologist or whatever.
No, but he's just saying anecdotally because he doesn't have any friends who are women.
Yeah.
I think that I have a lot of guy friends who I would definitely call friends, but I've met them through different ways. Like either we've dated already, or
that's going to be something we have to.
Or I'm friends with them through work, and at work there are very clear boundaries that you don't cross when it comes to a working relationship. So I have plenty of guys who are, for example, on the crew at Extra, who were just friends, and they're heterosexual, and some of them are single. But we're just friends, and we'll only be just friends because there are clear boundaries set up at work.
Again, but is that true friendship? That I don't think it is, because you say there's boundaries, there's a rule that they can't think.
Yeah, I would say. Well, for all of those, I've never hung out with a single one of them outside of work.
So I think if you take two people that are single, a heterosexual male and woman, can they be friends without any rules and boundaries? My belief is there's always going to be one person in the couple in the two that is interested in more, but because the other person is not, they settle for friendship. Like, okay, cool.
Okay,
we're
they settle
friends,
for friendship,
right?
but they're always hoping that something's going to change.
Maybe.
Is that the only reason they stick around?
No, maybe they actually do enjoy it. But now the problem is that true friendship? If you're settling for it, is that true friendship?
If you're settling for it, no, I don't think that's true friendship. Think about the friendships that you have with your guys.
Exactly. I never want to sleep with my dudes.
Are you hoping that, like, I don't know, like one of your guy friends, hits the lottery and takes you on a trip somewhere, or like hits the lottery and do you know what I mean? Like because you're waiting around and you're hoping for something. Like if your friend has a successful career, are you hoping at some point that he makes enough money to like get you like a dope pair of shoes or whatever it is, like that, because you're hoping for something like bigger. Or something that you're going to get back from the friendship, aside from just the friendship itself. Just like the relationship. Because if you're always hoping for something more...
Yeah, okay, but like we're talking about like money right now. I think we're talking more about like all that stuff is just, I don't think that is relevant to the actual idea of dating. Like I understand what you're saying, but like it's just like... If you're hanging out with somebody in hopes to get love out of them, to me you can't compare that with hanging out with somebody's friend.
Or like if your friend is a celebrity and you want all the clout and all the benefits that come from that, is that a true friendship?
I personally I don't think so, because that's a friendship by interest. But here we're talking about can a man and a woman be friends without them being intimate or being interested in each other, like romantically?
I think that when you're friends with somebody, you develop an intimacy no matter what. And, that goes for, female friendships and male friendships. You let each other in on certain parts of your life that you wouldn't tell other people. And there's an intimacy that forms. Now, whether that intimacy translates into physical intimacy, I don't know. I mean, I feel like for a man and a woman... Maybe there's something that gets released in your body, like endorphins, or spending time together and laughing with each other and sharing secrets and whatever, that could get confused into I feel something for this person.
Yeah, but so, right, if we say friendship is one thing, then technically friendship, if we assume friendship, is one thing, then technically friendship between two men should be the same emotionally as friendship between two women. Mm-hmm. And it also should be the same as friendship between a man and a woman, right? So if I say this is my friend Mo, I should feel technically the same things. If we say that friendship is possible, true friendship is possible, I should then say this is my friend Jessica, and it's the exact same leveled friendship. I don't believe it's the same.
No, because you probably, I don't know what, okay, how many girlfriends who have always just been girlfriends who you've met organically, not through work or anything like that, how many actual girlfriends do you have who you have not dated?
So, and that's another thing, right? Like, I have a few, but not that many. And this is where it's becoming a contradiction for me, right? Because I don't believe that men and women can truly be friends.
Yet you have female friends.
But I do have female friends that I have never slept with.
So what are you saying? Are you saying that's a true friendship? Are you saying that they're waiting for their chance?
So from my point of view, so that's the thing. From my point of view, like for example, I had this friend that I met in Montreal, and we ended up being roommates for a little bit. We became a really cool friend. And then I moved here, and she came and visited me. She visited me, right? And we were just kicking, constantly talking, whatever. She came to visit. One day we went out. I was living in a small little one bedroom. And so we went out. We got wasted. We came back to where I was sleeping because she was staying with me. We slept in the same bed and nothing happened.
Does she like men?
No. Oh, yeah, she does. She's actually happily married now. But so this is where I have experience, and she's an attractive girl. And I was like, this is where I've experienced being friends with the opposite sex, with someone that is attractive, that I feel nothing for except friendship. And it seems to me that was reciprocal because she didn't make a move either. But maybe, and that would just be, I feel like it would be presumptuous for me to just say that, like I feel like I'm feeling myself, but maybe at the time she wanted more.
If she wanted more and you guys were drunk together and sleeping in the same bed?
Yeah. We literally turned our back to back.
Something would have happened. Something definitely would have happened.
Exactly. So that's my point too. So if nothing happened
maybe
at
you
that
had
moment,
maybe you had a unicorn relationship. Maybe
I did.
you had that 1 in a million kind of actual true male-female friendship.
But then I don't believe in it. But it's weird because I've experienced it.
So maybe you're looking at that as like an aberration of instead of.
I don't know, because then I've also met, like, I have friends in my group. I have girls that are friends in my group of friends right now, a few French girls, and one of course is married and one is also in a relationship. But I've never, when I met her, I met one of them at night, and I was just like, man, this chick is dope. I want to be friends with her. And I'm pretty sure she felt the same way. So we ended up, she was married. We grabbed coffee and it was always super friendly.
But she's married.
She is.
So there is a boundary set up.
But yeah, no, for sure.
So your brain won't allow yourself to go to that place where you would even try it.
Yeah, but when I first met her, I didn't know she was married. And I still had no interest.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
very weird.
Certainly there have been guys who I've been friends with who have zero attraction to. And I don't know enough to assume that they don't feel the same way about me. But I know that I do have true male friends. I might not hang out with them outside of work, but they're all at work. I can't think of a single one I'm friends with that I haven't dated outside of work.
But do you think, if you take one of those friends from work, do you think that if you guys weren't working together, right, and then you guys were on a trip together,
I don't know,
something would happen?
I don't know, and
maybe you're not interested, but they would possibly try to make a move.
I don't know, because
assumption.
I just feel like that would be so inappropriate for a work colleague to try to make a pass.
Take out the work thing.
You mean if I didn't know them from work?
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know. It's hard to tell because I've never put myself in that position before.
No, but like, I think it's safe to assume that, in my mind, I'm assuming that if you guys were like on a trip with a bunch of friends and it's just you two at some point, I would assume that he would make a move.
There is science to back this up. So I was looking this up because I'm just very curious about male-female friendships. And there was one experiment that put 88 male-female friends and they separated them and asked them a bunch of questions. And I have to read it because I want to get it right. 88 pairs of undergraduate opposite sex friends into a science lab. These friendship pairs were separated, and each member of each pair was asked a series of questions related to romantic feelings. Men were much more attracted to their female friends than vice versa.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
And even more than that, males assumed that any romantic attraction they experienced was mutual.
Say it again?
So basically the guys assumed that the attraction was mutual when it wasn't.
So then they were just friends but not real friends.
Yeah.
Okay, so and here's another thing. I feel like because guys, we can separate sex from feelings so easily.
Yeah.
I might think it's easy for it might be easier for a guy to feel she's my friend, but I would still fuck. But
yeah,
she's my
and
friend.
then go back to being just friends after that.
You know, and I believe
so
that maybe.
So let me ask you
a
a question. All of your female friends, you've never wondered what it would be like to be intimate with them?
I mean, there's a difference between wondering and even exploring the possibility. Like,
yeah.
Sometimes I see a random person down the street, I'm like, I wonder what it would be like to have sex with this person. Doesn't mean I want to. You know, like my mind goes in very weird places sometimes where I just ask myself some weird questions. It's like, wonder what that would feel like. But doesn't mean I'm actually contemplating or actually like want to do it. But some of these girls, no, I have never thought about them that way. But what's funny though is I have experienced being attracted to someone and then throughout after sex, you know, or after like hanging out for a little bit, realizing friendship is so much better.
Yeah.
Right. And I feel like that's I think it's easier to be. So it's like when people say, I can't believe you're friends with your ex. I understand. It's kind of weird to be friends with your ex, but I also feel like Nah, it kind of makes sense because they've tried it, and that's like they don't work, so we
They've
stick
tried
to
it,
friends.
and right, and like for example, with you and me, we decided the friendship is more valuable
Yeah.
than anything else,
Yeah.
and I think that we were probably just meant to be friends from the very beginning because we have like I don't know, maybe similar personalities or similar outlooks or whatever
but then,
it is.
do you believe that you and I could have been friends truly if we hadn't gone through the little dating phase?
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Which then is, I can comfortably say that I think you and I can go on a trip to the Maldives together in a fucking most romantic place ever, and we'll probably high five.
Yeah.
You know, nothing would happen. So it's just weird. But then I think that's possible because we kind of took care of that, realized, okay, no, and now we're moving on. Mm-hmm. But then I'm just mind blown because I'm like, I don't think that's possible with somebody you haven't been intimate with, but yet I've experienced it.
I feel like I used to have a lot more guy friends in high school than I do now. Do you think it could be like an age thing where the older you get, the less inclined you are to have friends of the opposite sex? Because I had a bunch of friends of the opposite sex in middle school, high school, maybe even into college.
Well,
but now I don't know why. I just don't.
I think before you actually are, you hit puberty, yeah, you can definitely be, friends with whoever. But once the hormone starts to kick in, I think it becomes harder.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the only guy friend I had a couple of them, but the only really close bestie guy friend I had he was gay in high school. So
yeah.
I don't know why. I've just never had super, super close guy friendships. Even though I kind of act like a guy more than a girl, I would say.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, come on.
No.
What are you talking about?
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, are you crazy? You're like super emotional and stuff.
Super emotional.
Yeah.
You
get crazy like
what makes you think that I get super emotional?
No,
you don't know that.
Yeah,
I've never even cried in front of you. Or maybe I have. Have I cried in front of you?
I don't think so. But just in terms of sometimes like how you get all like whatever, however.
What,
it
like
is.
snippety dippity?
Yeah, you just get like in your mood sometimes. Like sometimes like we'll text and I'll get one text back to, and then like an hour later he's like, sorry, I've just had a long day. And I'm just like, okay.
Am I not entitled to have a long day?
Yeah, but
am I not entitled to be frustrated?
Yeah, but that's the thing that
You've
guys
been frustrated
don't do.
too.
Yeah, but like that's the thing is like as guys we don't give that to each other. Like dudes, it's just like you're having a rough day, but if your friend texts you to say something, you just answer. You don't take it out on them. But I can already sense just by your response over text if this is
what, because I give
where,
you one-word answers.
Yeah, or sometimes I don't know, just like little attitude here and there.
You know, this analyzing thing is a bit of a feminine trait on your behalf, I would say. The over-analyzing the text messages? Is somebody fretting and stressing out over
No,
text messages?
But I'm not analyzing, but it's just, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking
Whatever. I mean, guys can get emotional too. Absolutely, guys can get emotional.
Yeah, but we don't.
Have you ever cried in front of your guy friends before?
Yeah, but like,
yes,
yeah,
you have.
of course, but it's kind of like it's just one tear.
Now
and
I'm confused. Okay, wait. Now I'm curious. What was it about?
Man, well, I mean, some of my guy friends cried. When did I? I cried after my third relationship.
A breakup?
When that was over.
You cried over a breakup?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I cried over a breakup just because it just ended it so badly.
I didn't think that you had it in your cold, dead heart.
No, I do sometimes. And then one day also when it's just like not long ago, my grandma passed away and I was just kind of like, I haven't seen her in a long time.
Well, that's understandable. That's a death of
and
a
it was
loved
just
one.
like, so I just got a little emotional at some point.
When is the last time you've cried?
Last time I cried? I cry in acting class all the time.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about real, genuine, actual Julien tears.
Yeah.
Not actor Julien tears.
It's not actor Julien tears because it's part of an exercise that we do in acting class.
Oh, you try to conjure up emotions?
Where no, where we just kind of like, it's part of this whole like, it's called the repetition exercise. It's an exercise where you with a partner and all you do is kind of like say how you feel in a moment and react. It's complicated to explain, but basically that just makes you really drop all your guards and experience how you truly feel. And then a lot of times you realize that most people feel sad. It's just that we don't like let ourselves be sad or let other people see that we're sad in society because we're taught not to.
Do you feel like you're sad a lot?
If there's something that I've realized throughout, thanks to this exercise and thanks to this acting training, is that I carry a shit ton of darkness, which I would never. But it's deep down. It's deep, like.
Yeah, is it? Is it
right
deep
there,
down?
and then you don't experience it. But then at least through acting, you're allowed to you allow yourself to let it out, but you also allow yourself to now go dig in there whenever you need to for acting.
Yeah.
But it's still genuine feelings.
Okay,
so
you
yeah,
have feelings, is what you're saying.
I do, of course.
So okay, all right.
Yeah,
So then in that case, why is
cries
it
of a movie? Like
why
when
is it
Tony Stark died on every time Iron Man in Avengers Endgame,
Yeah.
every time he dies, I cry.
So
Every
then
fucking
why would it be just, why are you just ascribing crying and emotions to women?
time. No, I just say you get very emotional over texting.
Yeah.
Yeah. For something that I didn't do. That's what I'm saying.
No, it never has anything to do with you, Julien,
Exactly.
except for when you pester me. Like sometimes you pester me
Yeah.
and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I have no information for you. I have no information.
It is. You're trying to flip the
I
script
don't know
on me,
what
and
to do.
and you're doing it poorly. It's just I'm saying that if you're having a rough or random, or you have something that annoyed you at work or in your relationship or whatever, and then I text you for something totally different, that will translate into your answer to me when I'm just like here, kind of like, hey, and it's like nothing to do with me. That's all I'm saying. And you know that's true.
Yeah, but I've never cried around you. Just let the record stand. I've never cried around you. Maybe I've almost cried around you once.
That's fine.
Maybe once. And that was when I was going through a breakup and I was very close to tears. That's the only time.
Well, you can cry around me anytime. I won't judge you.
I don't want to cry around you. That was going back to how I'm more dude-like because I used to have a lot of dude friends in high school. That's how we got on this.
Okay,
on this
and
tangent.
that's also a thing, by the way. Like the ladies out there, like I understand. Like I've heard so many girls like, yeah, I'm more friends with guys because guys they're just less of a hassle, they're less of a headache. It's so easier, straightforward. But when as a guy, I hear like I go on a date with a girl and I hear this girl says, "Oh my god, I have all my guy friends." The only thing we think about is like,
how many of those guys have you slept with?
Oh yeah, right.
Really?
Right. Or like, or it was like, or it's more like you're so naive, you don't even realize how many of these guys want to just sleep with you, and you think they're.
Well, okay. Let me just stop you right there, honey bunny. Of course, we know when a guy wants to sleep with us. Of course, we know. Like if we were to open ourselves to that. You know, certain guy friends. Yeah, we know which ones they are. We definitely know this.
Why call my question is why call them friends when you clearly know
because
that
there's
they want
something
more?
about their personality that clicks with you because you enjoy being around them.
But
and you
are they
really
your actual
hope
friends?
you
That's the
really
question.
hope like beyond hope that it never comes down to that the crossroads. We do not like the crossroads conversation. I've had the crossroads conversation before with a couple of guys that I was friends with in college. At a party one time, I was friends with this guy for like 3 years, and then at a party one night, we were both drunk. We were sitting on a couch together. I remember, and he leaned in to kiss me, and it was like a movie. I was like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "Yeah, you're right. And we went back to being friends, like nothing had happened, but it changed everything for me.
So, if you look back at the last 3 years, do you believe these were actual friendship, or is it friendship by default?
I mean, I feel like it was friendship because he was in and out of relationships, you know.
Again,
and
but
so was I.
Yeah, but so again, you're always
But who
bringing
cares
in
at that point? Who
outside
cares?
circumstances.
Who cares? Does it really matter
Yeah.
if all their angle? I mean, if they're slightly hoping at some point that it's going to become more than friends, I don't think he was with me just for that hope.
Yeah, but but is that my question? Is not that is that pure friendship?
I don't know.
Being friends with someone because you're in a relationship.
Listen. There's a difference between I'm friends with this person solely for the purpose of maybe one day becoming more, or I'm friends with this girl, but if something were to happen, like, you know, at some point, that'd be great. There's a big difference.
Yeah,
between
but there's
that.
also I'm friends with this person and I already know nothing will ever happen.
Yeah.
So
then I think you could call that friendship.
the last one?
Yeah.
Yeah, what about the two others?
If you're friends with the person solely for the idea of it
Obviously
becoming
not.
more, then no, that's not a friendship.
Okay, what about I'm friends with this person, but she's with someone, I'm currently with someone, but who knows? Maybe in the future, if the timing's right, we'll be together.
If it's
Is
like
that
a
true
nebulous
friendship?
maybe, then yeah, I think that's a friendship. You guys are both hanging out, on a day-to-day basis, and there's no, it's not moving toward that. Then yeah, enjoy each other's company, and hope it doesn't come to that conversation.
See, so this
But
is
once
where
you
I
have
don't-
that conversation, this is the thing. Can the relationship or the friendship ever go back to what it used to be?
I think once, yeah, I think the honesty would help. It might be a little weird at first, but to me, if like if you're friends with a dude and he knows your relationship and therefore you guys are friends and it's just like, yeah, but he knows I'm in a relationship, nothing, like he's not gonna do anything. To me, that's not friendship. Also, the amount of times that we hear like a girl marrying her best friend and being in a relationship with her best friend. Okay, so was he friends all along? Did you try to be friends? Were you trying to,
Yeah.
Because then it's like
Marrying your
no.
best friend. That's kind of that's the dream, right? That's the dream. You want to be able to marry your best friend. But I think that it's almost like the romantic feelings are both intertwined with the friendship.
Yeah, but so then was that like
I just find it hard to believe that a man and a woman can be friends and then after that magically these feelings develop. I just feel like it's either you're attracted to the person from the get-go or you're not.
Yeah. But one person might not be. So I was shooting last month, and the makeup artist was telling me that she's just started being with this guy, and this guy has been after her for 10 years, trying to do something. They've been talking constantly
why
on
would
and
you
off.
wait that long,
Because
bro?
she was in a relationship for like 6.
How could you sit by and watch that then?
He was doing, and then she always says, "I never find that dude attractive. I never found that dude attractive. I'm not like he never did it for me." And then eventually, I was out of this toxic relationship, and then he did or said something, and I was like, "Oh wow, I saw him in a brand new light." And now she literally said, "It's like we've been dating for 6-7 months, and I already know that's the guy I'm gonna marry."
I just don't know if that's.
Like 10
can
years.
that actually happen? I know it happened. You just told me a story of it actually happening, but I just feel like that cannot be common. Where all of a sudden you're friends with somebody for years and years, then you look at them completely differently.
Yeah, I guess so.
How?
Exactly.
How?
That makes my point. Can we agree then that if one person wants to be with you, you don't want to be with them?
Yeah.
They settle and like, okay, I'm not going to try anything. You made it clear. I know you're not interested in me, so we'll just be friends. What's the answer? Is this friendship? Yes or no? And if is it true friendship? Yes or no?
I think it can be true friendship. I think it can develop into true. But again, maybe a conversation has to be had. Maybe it's like, listen, like, that we're just bros, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we're just like friends.
Yeah.
We're
okay.
buddies.
Yeah,
like, and
he
that's
says,
it.
Okay, fair. Okay, got it. I won't try anything.
Well, eventually I feel like he would meet somebody and move on and be in a happy relationship of his own. I can't see a guy like pining over a girl for years and years and years, watching her be in and out of relationships and be happy and potentially settle down, all while maintaining a healthy friendship with her. I guess I just don't see that happening. Because the woman would know. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like the guy wouldn't be able to hold that in, especially if she brought around another guy who she was dating. Wouldn't jealousy manifest itself somehow?
No, because I eventually like, okay, well, I have to settle for that, and I genuinely enjoy this person, and there's always that hope.
That's the key. What you just said is I genuinely enjoyed this person.
Yeah.
So that's why you hang out with your friends anyway, right? Because you genuinely enjoy them. It's just to me, it's always like a weird thing, like when you're picking a friend, like, oh, I like you, I want to spend more time with you, let's be friends. Like that's friendship at its nature, right?
Yeah.
So,
but see, if I reversed it, like if I knew a girl was into me and I had nothing else to offer than my friendship, and she pretty much says, okay, I'm fine with us just being friends and all that stuff, and I'm aware of it, like I would not, I don't think I'd be 100% comfortable in when I hang out with her.
You wouldn't be comfortable then maintaining the friendship?
I just feel like I'll be like, okay, we'll do it. But like part of me would always feel like when we're hanging out, like, oh shit, what if right now she makes a move? Oh shit, even though I've been clear. So to me, just because of that, I don't think that's true friendship. Because I can't, if I'm
So
with my
what? Do you think
boys
it's
and they're
better
my
than to
friends-
not have a conversation about it?
Huh?
Do you think it's better to not have a conversation about it?
No, conversation or not. You know when somebody's into you.
Of course.
So whether conversation or not, like if I don't need to have a
See,
conversation.
that's what, yeah, but that's
You
then that kind of like. So you're talking about, yeah, you know if one person's attracted to you, but we're talking about people who are hiding their feelings from another person and like they just go along with it.
Mm-hmm.
So
is that friendship? That's a go.
And then everyone's just playing a part.
Yeah. So
Everyone's just playing a role.
To me, that's not friendship. If one person is hiding their true feeling for someone,
Yeah, if you really do have like sincere, strong feelings for that person, as opposed to like if they're having a bad day, if they're going through a breakup, they need like a rebound, then I'll be there.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's a difference with that. There's a difference with like I've fallen for this person, but I'll settle for friendship because they're not interested in anything more.
Mm-hmm.
And then just saying, well, listen, he's hot, so if one day he's having a bad day and like wants some comfort, then I'll volunteer as tribute. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a difference there.
But that's not friendship.
Because you're looking for a physical, and this is also, like, is it a physical thing or is it like a love thing? Because there is intimacy that comes along with friendship. So yeah, love could potentially develop from that. Or is it just like, if that person's hot, I would definitely hook up with them, but like it wouldn't be anything more.
But so to me, this whole friendship thing is like, friendship is friendship, right? So friendship between men and women should be the same as friendship between two guys. If we're saying it's friendship, there's no difference in terms of feelings. So in no way in hell, any of my boys I'm friends with, and if they're having a rough day, I'll be like, oh, well, if they need a rebound, I'll be there for them.
But that's why I say, like, friendships like that can sustain. Like that, they can sustain. Like if a guy is like, yeah, I'll hook up with you. If you're like, yep. Shit.
Just to get to
what was I saying?
We're talking about this. Sorry, we got cut off with the mic. I'm having technical issues. But again, right? I want to say friendship is the same. My friendship in terms of feeling emotionally, my friendship with my boys, if I say this girl is my friend, it should technically be the same emotion that I'm feeling for my boys. And if my boys, I have no desire to ever hook up with one of my boy. And if they're feeling sad, then I have no intention of lifting their spirit by having sex with them. Right? And that's friendship. To me, that is real friendship. Right? So if I feel the exact same way towards a girl, and I'm like, even if she's having a rough day and she asks me to add, like, that's okay. To me, that's real friendship. But
so
I want to say that
none of your friends that you have, who you currently have, who you've never hooked up with, are attractive enough for you to be attracted to them?
I don't know if they're attractive enough. I'm not attracted to them, but people are attracted to them, but I'm not.
So you've like never imagined what it would be like?
No.
Even for like one night and that's it. Like one night and one night only.
Maybe one.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Then that can still be a true friendship.
Fair.
That can still be a true friendship because, if you can do it and you can get out of the way, whatever, you can go back to regularly scheduled programming and be friends. Cool.
But like
that's a real friendship. But I do think, like, would you say that you love your friends?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love my girls. Yeah. And do you think that same feeling can happen where you love a friend who is a woman without being in love with them?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, that definitely. I'm just saying that it's just harder to achieve, and I strongly believe that when a man and a woman are friends, usually they're friends because one of them wants more but can't have it, so he settles for friendship. I think in 90% of the cases, that's how.
So we have not changed throughout the course of this conversation. We have not changed our opinion?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. But then again, and I know it's very contradictory, I have experienced true friendship with a woman or two that I'm actually have no desire, that I've never slept with.
Yeah,
one
or two. One or two in your whole life.
What I mean is like it happens once in a while. What about, okay, hold on. What about, do you think, it's kind of like a little segue in there, but what about fuck friends? because technically, I don't know. Have you ever been in a relationship? Have you ever been in a situation when it's a person that you enjoy?
Yep.
You like them as a friend. You would never ever see being like serious with them.
Mm-hmm.
But you've been intimate a few times and it's been super fun. And then it's kind of like
this.
Huh?
This.
Okay.
We did that. Yeah. I don't have many people in my life who I've done that with. That's who you at the same time respect enough to have them as a friend in your life, but have also been attracted enough to sleep with them.
But I feel like you and I, there was a little bit more of interest right off the bat to kind of figure out what could happen.
We were trying to figure out whether we wanted to
and
date.
then eventually it was like, nah, just friends. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, have you had somebody that you know that you find hot, but that you have no interest in dating, that you actually think they're cool, so you could joke about whatever and just kind of kick it.
Yeah.
Yet you still have sex once in a while, and it's just that easy, and then you can talk about your dating. Have you ever had that?
No, not really. I mean, maybe an ex-boyfriend. That was back in New York.
Yeah, but then again, you've already.
But yeah, no.
Ex-boyfriend.
No.
Okay.
I really have you?
Yep, I've experienced that once. It was with a girl that I was very physically attracted to, but not necessarily mentally. I was just physically attracted to this girl. Not she was super dope. But I didn't want to date.
I wouldn't call that a friend.
No, because we were. Why not?
Because you're not mentally attracted to that person. I feel like friendship
is
like...
No, sorry. I was like, oh, man, this girl's really cool, right? Yeah. But I wouldn't, I didn't have any romantic interest in her.
Oh, okay.
But she was super, super hot. And I still remember to that day that she would come over and we would literally high five. She'd come over and say, what's up? Boom, boom. And we would have sex. It would be great. And then after that, we'd talk for a little bit, catch up. She'd tell me about her dating. I'd tell her about mine. She'd tell me about all that stuff. And then we'd say bye. We'd just high five again. And I'll see you when I see you. It didn't last. It probably lasted for like a month or two.
That's not sustainable.
It's not sustainable because eventually you start dating someone.
Yeah.
But, it was really cool because it was just like...
Oh, because you were having your cake and you were eating it too.
Yeah,
right?
Pretty much. Yeah, I guess so.
You got the pleasure of hanging out with a cool girl, but then also having sex with her and then not having any strings.
But also that happened. We were both out of, we knew each other before as friends, kind of. And then we're working at one of the same spot at some point. But that was years back, 8 years back. And she was in a relationship and I was one. And then we both ended up being single for a little bit, and that's when
the only time when it can work is if
it's
you're
kind
both
of
single.
We don't want anything, but you know what, we're kind of damaged emotionally, so it was just kind of let's just have something easy.
Okay, well then that's its own, maybe that's its own category of friendship. I don't know.
Right, that's what it's called, friends with benefits.
Friends with benefits.
But they've made so many movies of where it's it starts a friend with benefits.
But then I know. See, it's that's why I say it's not long-term sustainable, because eventually at some point someone's going to develop actual feelings because it's just going to happen. Especially for women, we can't.
I was gonna literally. Can we agree that it's mostly
especially for women, because it's very hard for us to extricate intimacy and feelings. So in other words, sex and feelings.
Yeah.
That's more difficult for women than it is for men.
I know some girls who are listening will be like, that's not true. And I guess I don't know. I guess I could see how a girl's just nah, I just want to fuck him. I have no interest in this man.
I don't know of anybody who, okay. But then to be friends with that person, because I call a friend not just someone who you just only see only see when you have sex. Okay?
Well, that's a friend, fuck friends or friends with benefit is somebody you only see to have sex. Then you can kick it, watch a movie.
That's not a friend. No, then that's just a fuck. What? I don't even know. You can't call him a friend. You cannot call that person a friend.
Yeah, it's a sex friend.
It's a sex partner.
Sex partner, I guess. Sure.
Right. You can't call him a friend, because friendship has a level of intimacy that, you can easily cross into lovey feelings. So I think that, overall,
I'm more confused than when we started this.
My opinion stays the same. I still don't think that men and women can just be only friends.
Okay. Except if they've either
if they've already done it.
If they've already done it.
Yeah.
And
or if they work together.
With clear guidelines.
With clear barriers.
You don't want to have any like sexual harassment.
Exactly. Human resource boundaries.
Yeah, human resources. Okay. I would say that I agree 80%, as I have experienced no boundaries, no rules, friendship with friends. A bit more. Where, but I agree that it's very difficult. And I will say to ladies that are listening, if you truly believe, oh no, he's just my friend, just always ask yourself, if you guys were like a little resort, nice, like a little vacation, romantic bottle of wine, would he make a move? Most likely. And if so, do you think that's friends?
Okay, that's a good note to end on.
And honestly, every time I've had this discussion, the girls would always be like, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
Especially if you had a romantic resort. So that's it for today. But next podcast we do is going to be answering all of your questions. So when we have a ton, we actually got a lot of questions.
Did we get a lot?
Yep.
All right,
we got
cool.
a lot of questions. So we can do an entire podcast
about just answering questions.
full of your questions. But as always, make sure you write in.
Yep.
If you have questions, you got to shoot your shot and ask us questions.
That's not what shoot your shot means at all.
All right.
You're so... Oh, my God.
I
was going to say old, but...
Oh,
there it is. I knew this wasn't going to go well.
There it is.
So it's just you just sounded like a dad who was like, "Hey, you're trying to be cool." It's like, "Yo, you got to shoot your shot." And it's like, "Dad, that's not what shoot your shot means."
Get out of my apartment.
Yeah, when you don't know, it's like, "Dad, I don't understand this thing in math." Oh, well, when you're in class, you got to shoot your shot at your teacher. Just ask the question. What you don't understand? That's not
whatever
what it means.
You kids and your newfangled terminology.
Yeah, you just again prove my point by calling us kids.